that paid for. So it's one of those nice projects. So again, thanks. And also thank you for arranging, I guess, lunch for everybody today.
Was down there and I went there and cooked it too.
You did the cooking. I want to talk to you about this. But Wesley Village provided lunch today for everybody that wanted to come and could come. So it was a nice little treat for the guys to go out and have lunch and come right back to work. So, Sharon, thank you for your part in arranging that. Make that happen. First item would be the minutes of November 3rd. Those have been circulated to you. Are there any corrections to be noted? Motion's in order.
We accept the minutes.
Thank you. So discussion of the minutes. All in favor, please indicate by aye. Aye. Andy, we've pledged and prayed and passed minutes is all.
Thank you.
To this point.
Apologize.
No, it's all right. We might have started a little on the edge or early. Our first item on the agenda is resolution 2025-2, a resolution acknowledging the presence of telecommunication facilities in the city's right of way. And Attorney Brian Berger.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you.
So my name is Brian Berger. I'm here from DBL Law up in Covington. We represent Unity, which is the new company that bought Windstream. Under the regulations, we're obligated to tell you that purchase has happened and that the copper and wire will be transferred. There's nothing more or less in that resolution. This is just a status quo to let you all know what's going on.
So the resolution is to acknowledge that.
Yes, sir. As I think I stated to you before we started, my law firm was not involved in any negotiation. I have no idea what the financial terms were. We're just hired to follow the regulations in Kentucky.
No problem. So you have a resolution before you for,
Question?
Sure.
Just in case our public is curious, is this no longer Windstream? Is this Unity now?
Correct. Unity bought Windstream, and it's going to be, I believe, marketed under the name Kinetic, which is similar to, but again, I was not, nor my firm was part of any negotiations of the deal. We're hired as local counsel to just let cities and counties know where their product is. Because you all gave Windstream the right of way, so all it's doing is being
Passed.
Correct, passed
Over
through.
to the new company
Yes,
that
sir.
owns the same wires that we had already said.
Correct. If they do anything further, they have to come back before your council to ask for that permission.
And for benefit of the council, the most important section for us is section 2, which says this is not exclusive and that the city has the right to suspend or revoke this with subsequent legislation.
So moved.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Just a question, quick question. So I'm slightly confused. It says that we are acknowledging the presence, but I thought I heard that we were transferring something from one company to another, so.
If I may.
We are your
attorney.
Oh, I'm sorry, if you want to go first.
Well, I think what he's doing is acknowledging that the rights held by Windstream have now been passed to the new entity.
Correct. Yes, Windstream as a whole was sold to a group called Unity.
So we're affirming a transfer.
Correct.
I would ask if we have other options, but that would imply inaccurately that I'm questioning doing that.
I think this is required in order for the new owner to be in compliance with Kentucky law. It does not change at all the position of the city, except that the provider is now the new entity as opposed to Windstream.
And the fees are still gonna be the same as they were.
The fees are set by the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They go through the Department of Revenue. It's a certain percentage. I can't tell you what it is. It might be like 1.9% of gross revenue. But no, there's no change in in the request from our client. That's something that goes directly through Frankfurt, through the Department of Revenue.
Okay, I'm good.
Good. Any other discussion? Question, all in favor, please indicate by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you all.
Copy of that? Take it back?
If Madam Clerk, if you want me to email tomorrow and get it from you
Sure.
later, is that easier?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, the second one is an ordinance amending ordinance 42394 relating to City of Wilmore Code of Ethics. And I don't need to read all that. You have a copy of that, and that has also been circulated to our attorney. Andy, you?
Right. Mayor, this was sent to me today by Ms. Back, who indicated that maybe several, but certainly Mr. Metcalf had raised concerns about the extent of this document. I tend to agree with him. I think it's probably overly burdensome, not only for the council, but certainly for the members of the future ethics committee. And since we don't even have a committee at this point in time, my suggestion would be that we pass this matter till the next meeting. And in the meantime, I will get an abbreviated version of this document to council for your own review.
Does that meet the council's approval? So,
I would share Mr. Metcalf's concern. I'd be happy to forward on those areas that are concerning to me.
That would be great.
My question is, how much of what is written here is law? And which parts of it are being recommended?
It's a model ordinance from the Kentucky League of Cities.
And he walked through it with us. I mean, it's a long document, but most employee guidelines are pretty long, aren't they? It's just,
This is sort of a standalone from the manual. We need to have that in place in order to recruit the people
Right.
that will sit on that board to know what their involvement is in range of,
Because it requires a lot of work from them,
it will, yeah.
a lot of work from them. It's not just a board that will be in name only.
But Andy, I think what the attorney would do is the handbook, not the code of ethics.
okay.
Right.
He recommended though we get a,
Yeah.
do a code of
I
ethics.
see, and then we got basically a template that KLC.
And to be perfectly candid, I attempted to contact counsel for KLC and wasn't able to speak to them today. I don't know how much of this we have the authority to redact. My guess is quite a bit of it. And again, with no disrespect to the ethics committee, if the future ethics committee is no more active than the prior ethics committee was, it really seems a bit ridiculous to require this depth of work on the front end of them. And then there are a lot of things that, as Mr. Metcalf raised the concern to me, and I think he's right, the whole issue of the social media, and it appears to impose a duty on Ms. Back. It just seems to be overly burdensome, given the possibility that the ethics committee may never meet. And I think that says a lot for the city of Wilmore, that we have an ethics committee that is the least burdened group in the city.
Praise the Lord.
That says a world of good for the city, but at the same time, we don't want to require just an unreasonable amount of work on their part to be a member of that committee.
They would have a lot of work to do we adopt this policy as it is.
Yes, they would.
I just felt like it wasn't a good fit for Wilmore, so I think that I would like to just table it and then you work on it and kind of make it more to Wilmore's fit.
That would be my suggestion.
I assume that's available. by-
Second.
Second motion. All in favor of table, indicate by aye.
Aye.
It's tabled.
No, Wesley. Andy seconded.
The third is, the employee manual, that was gone over, I guess that would be 2 meetings ago, at a special call meeting and at the city council, in regard to personnel manual. And it's our understanding that it simply takes a municipal order of the mayor to sign that. And, I don't know if there's anything else the council wishes to have added to it or taken away from it. But I will issue that order, as of now, unless I hear objection.
Was there a decision about, paternity and fraternity parental leave?
There was no one else that gave me input. We already had the release time to do community service, already was in there for 8 hours.
Right. Which is a very different content.
But-
So no one else on the council sees this as important, or how did that?
I didn't get any other input from any other council. We did do some very generous additions to days off and, increased that, significantly. So I did not change that.
Is there any other city council members that are interested in giving time for parental leave for mothers, fathers, which is?
As it is now, you take your personal time and your vacation time and,
We fall under the capability maintenance. We don't.
Because we're under 50, we don't fall under really.
Do we have an employee who recently had a child, and how did she work that?
Hers was a unique case because she had complications, and so she had to be off on bed rest, and so short-term disability kicked in on hers. But otherwise, she would have used vacation and personal time. But because of her unique situation, she ended up on short-term disability.
So if we had someone who was just here for 2 years, and how much vacation time would they, and hopefully would they have?
They would accrue like 3 weeks per year.
Of
2
course,
weeks.
they might be doing that.
Yeah, 2 weeks of vacation and 1 week of personal, or 6 days of personal.
And you had looked up to see what other cities and locations had, was it Nicholasville had 4 weeks?
I think Nicholas, I sent it out, and I honestly can't remember. Versailles had some time, and Nicholasville had time, and the other ones that I sent out didn't.
I don't think Lancaster had time and I don't think Danville had time.
County doesn't have time,
It's use your own vacation time.
yeah.
But, like Asbury University, Asbury Seminary, both have time as far as I know for parental leave. Still, I think we should have it. I think it's an important benefit for employees. But if I'm the only one, I guess that won't have political will to change that.
Are you asking for paid parental leave or just follow the FLMA guideline of where they can?
I
where they
think I'm
guarantee
asking
their
for
job
paid
back?
parental leave. That's what Nicholasville has for 4 weeks and Versailles for 6 weeks maybe.
Yeah, whatever that, I can't remember exactly, but I think Nicholasville was 4 weeks of paid, and I asked just to be sure I understood correctly, cause I
FMLA is basically them taking
Guaranteed.
unpaid,
Yeah, guaranteeing your job.
guaranteed, and currently we don't even have that.
I think we could add guaranteeing your job. No one has ever lost their job taking leave. So that could be easily added.
I think we can do that as a middle of the road at least.
Okay, we'll add that change. Any other?
I guess when they're discussing, they don't have to turn it off.
Thank you, Council.
Only Bobby does.
The next item is the sewer improvement project on Main Street, Lexington Avenue. Pleased to welcome TRW engineers Alan Bowman and Nick Howard.
Mayor, thank you. My name's Alan Bowman, I'm with TRW Engineering. Nick Howard's handing out the budget for the project, and I'll be brief. So the project is designed, permitted, has been bid and awarded to the Allen Company. The situation we're dealing with right now is that the amount of funds you're awarded under House Bill, in 21, House Bill 036, and House Bill 001 and 22, compared to the current budget, there's a deficit, and the deficit is the red number to the right. That's $193,953. And the item that's contributing to that, if you look at item 10, construction, the estimated amount in 2020 was $487, and the bid amount was $700,000. The bid was competitive. It's an excellent contractor, and I think you got a fantastic bid on that. In lieu of the deficit, we, along with the mayor, talked to Kentucky Infrastructure Authority last week. They do have funds available to cover that deficit. It would be in the form of a loan from Fund B. The terms of that loan were more than 20 years and 2.5%, something like that.
I think the most was 2 3/4, right? Is the
Right.
highest it can be.
And all that will be determined, as they go through. They gotta review your financials and all that, but in order for the project to proceed, we would need to, ensure that 193 was available for the project. Of that 193,000, 70,000 of it is what we call contingency, which is 10% of your construction amount. I don't wanna commit to you all right now that money won't get spent. A lot of times with utility work in the street, sometimes we have to dip into contingency, but there's a chance that all of that would not be spent, so that 193 would actually be lower. The way the Fund B works, it's just a block of money. Whatever we need to close the project will be your final loan. If you don't need all of it, that's not what you're borrowing, and that's where the project sits right now. I guess, Mayor, in order to proceed, we would need permission of the City Council to start the financial review process. They indicated that they could do it the 1st of 2026. Their plates are pretty full through the remainder of the year, but we could have that loan processed in January, February of next year. And that's where the project stands, and I'm just, go ahead.
I noticed that every line item is less as bids and as budgeted 5 years ago, except the construction cost.
Correct.
Is the construction cost increase, in your opinion, based solely upon inflation?
Absolutely, and we're seeing that across the board. You're looking at, what, a 40-something% increase. So the cleaner water, the grant application, that was just an estimate, and that was pre-COVID construction prices. And construction prices since COVID have doubled and tripled in instances. So yeah, that number does not surprise me. And actually, the 700,000 compared to the other bids you received was an outstanding bid. You had some that were approaching $1 million and some that were
Oh, it's good.
I thought we had a 1.2, right?
Yeah, 1.3 million.
So it's a competitive bid that you got, and the contractor that you got, this work is sewer work, but you're gonna have some roadway construction involved in it. And the Allen Company is a specialist in that part of the project. So they're a fantastic contractor, and their fit for this job is good.
Could you explain the up to 300,000?
Okay, so when we met with KIA, so when we realized the deficit amount, we called, and KIA is Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, we called Bluegrass had a KIA, and they checked their funding to make sure they had the funding. And what they did was blocked off without knowing what our deficit was, that amount. So I think that's where the number came up.
Well, and we just talked about too, like, obviously when you're doing a project that's a large project like this, it seems like you always run into things, and we just didn't wanna we wanted to have 300,000 just in case something major happened, and then we didn't have the funding and had to go back and ask for more, because this is the kind of thing where you only have to pay for what you take, so we can take up to 300, hopefully we only need 100, I mean, I don't know, but like,
A line of credit.
just to have it there, just in case something crazy happened.
And not to kind of soften the blow here, is you're still getting a project that's approximately 75% grant, even with the additional funds. And I know it's not 100%, but that's still, in this business, is pretty good.
So what we're looking at is taking out a line of credit up, estimated at 193,000. Is there any other debt that we're taking on, or was everything else either grant money or money that had been
We had
commissioned for this
I have a
purpose?
$300,000 grant, a $321,000 grant. That's already into this, so that's the total funding.
The 193 is the total amount that the
That's
city
what
is
we-
bringing, and the
Well,
city
we're-
is bringing it out of a loan that'll cost us 2.5%.
Plus the 31,942.
That was we've already paid that. That was the engineering fees, as you see on line 6.
Right.
We've already paid those.
So, when the bids came in, I thought we were all excited because of, the price was right under 7, and I thought we had it, basically. I thought that's why everybody was so happy. And now it says 848, so I'm kinda confused. I thought the bid was like 698. And then, so that was just the construction part, and all that other stuff wasn't factored in, and so,
Project cost.
so we're missing. Okay.
And the remainder of the project costs have been lowered from the estimate. Our fees, the ad is going from 6,000 instead of 10. And then we've tried to wipe out some of the other fees that are there.
So in essence, we're being asked tonight to authorize the taking out of a loan. Is that what in essence, that's what it is? And you need action from us to do that tonight.
I have to be authorized to sign on behalf of the city, if you approve that.
And the plan to repay that,
It's a 20-year loan.
It's a buy.
We wouldn't even make a payment on it this fiscal year, so it'll be budgeted for in subsequent fiscal years.
and is there an interest rate?
Up to 2 3/4 is the highest.
1 to 2 3/4.
Would this not come out of the bond fund?
Yeah, it will.
So
But
it won't be, it
we'll-
won't be, operating, but it won't come out of the operating budget, it'll come out of the bond fund.
And that's not problematic in any way.
Not over 20 years, no.
Folks, here's the bottom line. This is a requirement to fix this.
I'm
We've been
ready-
kicking it down the road for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to make the motion, I just need her to nod at me and
I don't
say-
mean to be harsh about it.
Whatever the
Yes, you
construction
do.
fees are of it today, they're gonna be a lot more a year from now.
That we see what happens when you wait.
Well, I move that we authorize the expenditure of up to $300,000 as per described this evening.
With the repayment out of the bond fund.
I said as per described this evening, and that's the way it was described. So
That's
yes.
how you got it done in the minutes.
That's how you want it, that's how we got it.
We want to see those words.
So
Payment out of the bond
Out of the
fund.
bond fund.
And who's second?
We tied, we'll give it to Sharon.
For discussion further? Question, all in favor, please indicate by aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Mayor.
know these are not the kinds of things you have, wanna deal with, but on the other side of that, as you say, it's a 75% grant-funded project that's required for us to do. So, we're blessed. And KIA, knows the history that how we pay our bills. They gave us $1 million to paint 2 water towers. So, I'm sure we'll get the loan. If not, it will reduce your revenue out of your bond fund next year by that much to have to pay that. And we did not wanna take that much out of the bond fund with all the needs there are in the city, in one slam. So,
I'm sure somebody will loan us the money.
Yeah, I did. Preliminary meetings.
That was pretty good.
They're
Really?
good.
2%.
And I don't wanna get too far down the weeds, if there's else I can do. But Jeff's gonna be involved because we're gonna talk about closing of access to business and roads and stuff. We'll have some way to communicate all of that.
they are responsible for that.
Yes, sir.
Allen Company's responsible for that. That was negotiated, that was talked about in the pre-construction meeting. They are totally responsible for that. Go, stop.
But Jeff will be in those meetings.
Jeff will be in those, he's in those meetings.
That'd be a great thing for the newsletter to put out there.
I mean, that, people don't mind inconveniences, but they mind them less if they have advance notice. So, yeah, the more we can let people know in the newsletter.
That will start in January.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Nick's the baby sleeping now?
Finally.
Got a brand new baby. He had his first night all night sleeping the other night.
I've had 1 week of full sleep, I feel like $1 million.
Okay, council, anything else?
Should we vote? Yeah, I think we voted.
Yeah.
I thought we got the motion in the second.
Okay, Jim doesn't think we voted, so all in favor, please indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, council.
Well, twice.
Well, it was
Make sure it's
so good, you wanted to vote twice.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, I'm sorry.
I sent you and Donna an email about this just earlier today, but, I have somebody nominated for the ethics board, Allison Clear, who's usually, sitting with Janelle, here helping us video. She's, had a lot of experience with HR, works over the seminary, has been a regular attender to the city council meetings. And I provided her resume to you as well, so.
Good. I think we have 4 names nominated, and I will then pass those back to the council, and council will select, depending on. 5.
As it's written, 5.
It's gonna be hard to get 5, but we'll try.
Select 5 out of the 4.
5
We
out
have
of
4
4, there
right
you
now.
go.
Now, none of those have affirmed, except maybe Allison, that she wants to serve. But when she gets these duties.
Well, hopefully, the attorney fixes some of that. There's also
Well, I appreciate
alternates
that.
in there.
Yeah, thank you, that's nice, that's a nice resume. Okay, anything from the floor? Y'all look tired. Look at them. Yes, ma'am.
Now that the baskets are gone, I thought again, it's so wonderful that we have these flower baskets.
They are wonderful.
I just wanted to say that it's so
If you
good.
go downtown, you'll see some new baskets up today. They're not flowers, but they're new baskets on the fronts
Yeah.
of businesses.
Yeah.
They're stunning to look at. They're stunning. It's probably the nicest I've seen downtown in 70 years at this point. So, very pleased with where y'all are taking that.
Mayor, I have a question about the process that, we're planning on going through the granary at this point. Cause they're completed in the construction.
Well,
And now we're kind of in a brainstorming phase of.
Yeah, there's a few little, they get all that done, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're completely finished.
They have to close it out officially through the grant. Talked to Casey Cash, last week, Friday. They're going to give us a letter of closure. And then what would be the options for more grants that would be available to do water, sprinklers, et cetera, the next phase. And then I think it would be requests for proposals, time. We've gotten some nice ideas, but every time I think we have a nice idea, somebody says, had you ever thought of this? Had you ever thought of this? And I'm sure you have too. You all get those same things. So I think then we begin to look at what could be.
And the final decision would be a decision of the council?
It's council, it's your building. At the end of the day, it's your building.
City building, yes.
I mean, city council makes a decision on behalf of the city.
I do wanna give another shout out to Jeff and his guys, and Josh and Chandler, and Nelson and his guys for spending the entire day down there putting up the window boxes, but it was great. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that's why they all look tired.
I know.
Look at Josh. He's the youngest man in the building.
Hardest worker.
The hardest worker. Oh, I just.
Oh.
I'm sorry I didn't finish that sentence. Well, you can see why we love Wilmore. It takes a village, and you are a village. And when it needs to have a village, you come to that point. And God bless America. Are we done?
We adjourn.
Hey. Hey, Bob. Wait a minute.